Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts, like the chart behind me, which is of Rivian Automotive, ticker symbol RIVN. And so here I am recording this on Thursday, October 24th, after the market has closed, and Rivian closed at a price of $10.43, being up about 2 2/3% on the day, but pulling back a few pennies in the after hours. And so, yeah, I wanted to go over the chart because I do think it is quite possible that this could be forming a bottom. And so I did want to go over that. But there is also the risk that this is a bear flag and it does break lower. But I do think there are a number of signs suggesting that the bottom could be in here. We could be finding the bottom right around $10 a share. And so here, looking at the chart, I'm just going to actually take a step back so we can see this full purple downtrend. I did highlight in a video a few months ago, going back to June, I talked about this being an inverse head and shoulders pattern with a break of that neckline and measured move to around where we got to. And we can actually just do that measurement from here and take that up to there. So we did get, a more than very nice measured move there. We have since pulled back, and we are now trading below that purple downtrend, having hit a high on the day at $10.83, looking like it wicked up to just about that level. So I do think that is going to be a very important downtrend for us to be breaking above. But if we do, I do think that price could be heading to right around $13 a share. And so, some of the levels that stand out to me, aside from this purple uptrend, which I do think could be some resistance right around $20 a share, if we do, get up that way. But first, like I said, $13 a share. We need to cross that off the list first. But then anyways, going back here, we can see what I believe is the all-time low, or at least 52-week low, at a price of $8.26, which was hit on April 16th of this year. So we can see that level marked right there. And I do have this very nice Fibonacci retracement going up to the high that we hit on July 12th, which was at a price of $18.86. So, getting rejected from just below that purple uptrend. So I think it was a pretty notable level there. I do think it will be a notable level in the future as well. So do keep that in mind. But anyways, from this Fibonacci retracement, we can see the 786 here. That is at a price of $10.53, or right around $10.50. We are currently just below it, and it does look like we got a wick above it today, but did close below. So good to keep that in mind, that we want to be seeing closes above $10.50. But the real level that stands out to me as being one that is, a potential dip buying level if we do pull back a little bit more, is $10.05 marked here from this light blue Fibonacci retracement. I've just got that going down to, just to mark the bottom there. And so we can see that at $10.05, that was the low hit on February 26th, with the low on the 23rd being $10.06. Did consolidate above that level a little bit over here as well as over here. Did bounce from it here on June 21st, hitting a low of $10.15 before getting this big move up. And so I do think that could be a very, very nice dip buying level. I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit so we can see that we did actually break that level. On October 4th, we hit a low of $9.83, closing at $10.44. And since then, we have faded a little bit, but really just consolidating in this range. So I think that any dips to around 10.05, as long as we're not closing below that level, I think those are very nice dip buying opportunities because we can see this red uptrend that I have drawn here, which is based on that low of 826 with the other pivot low being the low from October 4th at $9.83. So we have been respecting that level, have not gotten any closes below it. So I would look for us to continue to be putting in higher lows. We can see that the low from October 17th was at a price of $9.93, so 10 cents above this prior low. And then more recently on the 21st, we saw a low of $9.96. And then over here, the low on the 23rd, so yesterday, was at $10.01, and that was also the low on the 22nd as well. So, I do think that we could be pulling back to that level as we did get rejected from this purple downtrend, which was the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders. So I could see us pulling back. And, let's see, what was the close from yesterday? It was 10.16. So, I feel like it's quite possible price doesn't pull back to 10.05. The low for today was 10.26. So I feel like it's possible maybe it could be getting to the closing price on the 23rd, as that is a gap. Since we closed at 10.16, I am just going to mark that so we can see that there is a gap there. And so you can see it very clearly from that close. We gapped up opening today at a price of 10.36 and getting a low of 10.26. So, I could see price pulling back to 10.16, maybe an order being filled there, but I think 10.05, it's possible that would be buying a break of this red uptrend, so I would be cautious of that. I don't think price will be pulling back to 9.83, but if it does, I don't think that's a good sign, and I think, that could be, us teetering off of this cliff, that this is, in fact, a bear flag, and we are going lower. But some reasons that stand out to me as why this could be very bullish, that we could be seeing a break, is that if we look at the MACD, that is positive now, and we have just been consolidating here. Also, it does look like the RSI was flirting with 30, which is the oversold territory, and we actually did hit just about 30. I thought it was going to be below, but it's actually 30.49 on October 1st, and that is the lowest that it has been so far this month. And it does look like we are starting to go higher in that RSI. And so I think price could be taking off, breaking this uptrend. And so what we want to see really is, starting to see some closes above today's high, which was at a price of $10.83. And then this other thing that we can see down here, that is the volume. We can see that volume has been pretty flat and pretty low as we have been consolidating here. So that does make me think that if we get a surge in volume, we could be seeing a breakout here. And one other line that I wanted to draw that's, based on the more recent tops here, which might be, inspiring some hopium. It might be some false hope. But I can draw a downtrending level from these highs that could be suggesting that we are breaking out. And, I could draw this a few different ways. So if I draw the pivot point over here, and then the other pivot point being from these highs here, I think that's a little too much hopium. I think that this one does seem pretty reasonable. We have gotten a little bit of a wick above it here on September 24th, but really the only trading that has been above this level following this break is, over the past few days. So I do think that the chart is looking really, really good. And one other thing that I need to point out before I close the video is Mr. Chart Norris on X. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with him, but he posted about Rivian a few days ago, and it kind of put it on my radar that the bottom could be in. I was waiting for 983, but then I recognized that if we hit that level, that would be, like I said, falling off a cliff. And so I think we are going to be respecting higher lows. And so that would mean that the low from yesterday of 1001 may not be hit again before we see a breakout, which could be bringing us to right around $13 based on the lows over here. Lots of consolidation above it, so that may be acting as resistance. And also from this yellow Fibonacci, almost forgot to mention this stuff, we can see the 382 at around $13.28 corresponding with that consolidation. So I could see a move up to there, perhaps consolidating there before the next leg higher, forming a bull flag there. And so that would be an approximate 25% move to the upside before we either consolidate there, get rejected, or blow past it. So, overall, I like the stock, I like the chart, I like the company. So, I am really excited to be seeing Rivian right around $10 a share, putting in higher lows with a likely breakout to around $13, perhaps in the next couple weeks. Maybe tomorrow, though. Maybe this, is a fake out rejection and we see it launch on Friday, October 25th. So that's what I am hoping for. But anyways, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thanks a lot for watching, and good luck trading, guys. Take care. And happy Friday if you're watching this on the 25th. Take care.